Welcome back to Realness with 3 S's meets entertainment in color. We are here to talk about Love Island UK season 8 episode. I think it's 30. I never know after the weekend because I'm like, is it both the unseen bits and the after sun? So I think it's episode 30. We're here to talk about it. Basically, the first day in the villa, in Casa Amor. How are you doing, Tamika? And what are your overall thoughts of the first day in Casa Amor?
I probably don't have the same thinking as some other people. I found the episode quite funny in some spots. And I'll tell you the spots when you get to them. But very interesting. I will say I do like the fact that the girls are all exploring their connections.
Mm-hmm.
I know it for people, it might be slow. Like they just want them to do a madness. But I actually am I'm good with where the girls are exploring their connections.
Definitely, considering we felt, and I still do feel like they're kind of like 7 out of 10s, you know what I mean? And I think that the girls in the main villa are like 8.5. You know what I mean? I just think that they're better catches than
the one girl. Like I like China. I'm really happy with where she seems to be. Summer's okay. I was not really happy with Davide's comment today, and we'll discuss that. And then
I can't remember what it is, but I remember there was something that he said. I was like,
yeah, and we will discuss that. I know what it was word for word, and I'm not happy. And then, but then him and Andrew are after Coco, and to me, like, she ain't it. Like, I don't get it.
Maybe she's better in real life because I agree with that.
And to me, Cheyenne is way prettier than her, and none of them are going for Cheyenne.
Well, Jax likes Cheyenne.
Oh, Jax likes Cheyenne. That's what I might have been swiping away or looking away when he was talking to whoever he was talking to, but I was just like,
Jax likes the blondes, the 2 blondes, so Cheyenne and Molly.
And Molly. Okay, got it. Molly's and not
those teeth. I can't take the teeth.
Yeah, no, she's not it.
The teeth.
Yeah, so it's just some weirdo behavior. But yeah, this episode to me was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this episode. I'm enjoying Casa Amor so far. I'm happy to see what's going to go on for the rest of this week. I'm assuming it's only going to be 1 week long. Mm-hmm. Hi, Sans. How are you? Hi, Jelly Donut. Hi, ladies. Dammy, shaking my head. It's better. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I'm happy. I'm good with it. I actually was really good with the scene when I watched it. So
it wasn't as bad. But no. I have a few words about it, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Hi, Relax You to Sleep. Thanks for being here. Hello, CJ. Hello, Dana. Hi, Luna. So we start this episode with China and Jay chatting. What do you think about that duo?
So I think it goes back to my theory that
Amber
was his number 1. I'm telling you.
Is he Italian?
I don't know what he is, but apparently I just screenshotted the tweet that I saw because one of his family members came to a space. Jay's brother was on a space on Twitter and said that Jay has actually dated women of color and also Black women. Biggest shock of my life. But somebody said he said dabbled with Black women, and so
like how far did they go into a relationship kind of thing?
Correct.
But that means that maybe they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but he's still open to a relation or to talk dabbling. Dabbling is a lot more than a lot of these guys in this villa are willing to do. So.
I think he's more of the tip. If he is Italian, he's more of the typical Italian that we've heard of, that like black women,
Mm-hmm.
unlike Davide.
Uh, Jessica says, yeah, Jay is Italian. I remember when he came in, he said that he's the better Italian compared to
He
Davide.
did.
So Italian is Davide, now Luca and Jay. Okay, good. Um, hmm. Casa Amor is moving mad. Who's from Scotland?
Yeah, but I think we're talking about heritage. We're not talking
Yeah, yeah.
about
I
where
mean,
he lives.
yeah. I mean, you could be from.
I live in
Is he from
America, but
Scotland?
I'm Jamaican. Like, it's
Yeah,
not the yeah.
exactly. Yes, happy 4th of July or whatever you celebrate on this day. Um, so I like the fact that he was chatting up with Miss China. I think that she's beautiful. I was slightly worried that she would be somebody that wouldn't be pursued by anybody. And it
Mhm.
seems like they have a little bit of banter. And so I'm
Yeah.
happy with how this is going so far. And like, I'm wondering a little bit if he's kind of playing a bit of a game, knowing that
Mhm.
like maybe some of the other guys are not going to go for her necessarily, and that he will have somebody that he can go in and maybe build something with. So
Mhm.
I'm lightly questioning his
Mhm.
intentions, but the fact that he's dated or has dabbled with black women before, that makes me lessen my fear a little bit, just because it's not completely unusual.
I agree. So when she came in, and I think even in her statement of who she was coming in for, she did say like she was after Jay. And even when she was sitting down and she was like, "Oh, he's so hot," and like in the girls' dressing room, she was like so hot, and I was just like, "Girl, I don't think you got a chance." And
Yeah,
so
because I think you said like you're 10 out of 10. I'm a 10 out of 10. I can get any guy, and you're just kind of
yeah.
like, I mean, you're pretty, but I don't know if you got
Yeah,
it.
and I was worried because I'm like, I don't know if you're his type, but I am really so I am so maybe with Danica it really was the age factor because I thought it was the heritage factor. But I'm really glad that he because I think China's one of the most beautiful ones that walked into the villa.
100%.
And Demi did say
I
that
think
he
she's
would be.
prettier than, in my opinion, Summer.
Oh, she's absolutely prettier than Summer. And Dammy did say he was interested in her, Summer, and one other person. And I was like, okay. But the thing was, I don't think she's been pursuing Dammy. Summer has. But I also think, in my opinion, at the end, it's it's gonna be to Summer's detriment.
Well, we're gonna get more into that, but I think I'm on that same page with you. So we see Ekansu talking to somebody, or I was heard it, and then I was like, when I went back to, I peeked over at the screen, I didn't see who she was talking to. I think it was George, and this person said that Ekansu was at the top of his list.
Mm-hmm.
But she does mention that she's still really into Davide and interested into what could come with their relationship. Was it
It
George
was
that she was
George.
talking to?
It
Yep.
was George, and I was excited because I actually remember I thought George would be a hot commodity, and I said, "Well, if George is going to go after anybody, it would be Ekansu because he's the oldest out of all the guys."
Now when we had see the challenge later on in the episode, somebody was like the shortest guy with the tallest girl was the combo. Was that George or was that Billy?
That was Billy.
Okay, so George isn't the shortest guy.
No, no, no.
um I actually think George is quite handsome.
He is.
He
That's why I said I was like, "Why is nobody going after George?" But I see he might be like a little quiet. I didn't hate it. I think he might be a good like how sometimes you need that opposite to calm you down. I think it might. I think she will have a good choice on her hands.
But how old is he?
I think he's 25, 26, and
uh,
she's
28.
27,
20.
28.
I don't know. I mean, Ekansu does seem like the type of person that doesn't like dating younger. So I would worry for that in the sense.
Yeah,
And I think that she would know better that no matter what, it's better for her story arc to
right.
come back to the main villa single.
She
Like
I think
she
she will
knows that.
absolutely come back to the main villa single. Now, I'll have to see though whether or not George gets in the villa at all, because from that preview that we saw today,
I haven't seen the
I
preview.
oh, you did it. It was it's
I'll
so
try to find it. We'll play it here.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll try to find it in a second.
Okay.
We do see Davide talking to Coco. And she's talking about like, oh, I had to break up with my ex like a year and a half ago because he went celibate. And Davide didn't know what this means. And she's like, well, he stopped having sex. And she's like, oh, that would never happen to me. And like, it's funny though, because Davide doesn't actually come across as a very sexual being to me. And it could go back to, remember, my original theory was that he's not that sexually experienced. And that could be still true here because I don't know where it came from, but is this where they kiss or was that later on?
It was later on because
Okay.
he like
Yeah, it was later on. It was after the
yeah,
challenge.
because it was
Right.
literally
The challenge.
yeah, it was after the challenge, and he literally seemed to like kiss her, and then Andrew went and kissed her, and it was just weird. Like,
Right. Okay, we'll get into that. But Davide does say that Coco's a good-looking girl. And I have to say that he's speaking more like highly of Ekansu than I would expect him to. He's kind of like, we do have something, we do have a bit of a connection. I don't trust her fully right now. And so I'm kind of keeping her at a distance, but he does say that he kind of likes Ekansu. And it's kind of more than he has been saying up until now. So I'm wondering if that's him putting a little bit of a space between him and Coco because he's actually not that interested in Coco. He's not sure if he can see Ekansu seriously, but he doesn't, to me, seem interested in Coco. You think he does?
I can't figure out what he's doing. I don't know if he's just playing the game because he doesn't want to feel like
he's not doing anything,
right? Or that Ekansu got the best of him, and now like he got like he one upped her, or not even one. Now they're on level playing fields. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I agree. I do not think Ekansu will bring somebody back because I really do feel like she's going to try to get Davide to see that she really likes him. Where I'm at right now is like 50-50 whether or not he brings back somebody or not.
At this point, I actually don't think so.
And I don't think so, but I mostly don't think so because I think Andrew will bring her back. And I don't think he wants anybody else.
So Jessica says, I don't think that Ekansu is going to switch up unless they send a postcard with Davide doing something. True. I still don't I think that she'll be threatened.
Yeah, even if they send a postcard, I think it won't work on her because I think like just him sending the sexy clothes in, I think she realizes that she needs to prove to him that she's still with him.
Yeah.
And then if somebody comes in after that,
then maybe she'll like,
right,
put the ball back in her court.
Because even better for her if she stays loyal in Casa Amor and comes back and he's with somebody. Good for her. It's so much better for her.
She has to stay single, right? Because like she can't have everybody like, see, she wasn't really that into you, right? Like she can't have that narrative at all, right? So for herself, for the audience, for the producers, for Davide, for all the other boys, like she needs to stay single because she's like, I want to prove it to Davide that I'm all about him.
In it to win it. Not I mean win it, but also win.
San says, I'm not being funny, but I don't find Coco attractive visually, but her confidence that's drawing Andrew and Davide. I think that personally that she's the least attractive out of all of them. And to me, she like age, obviously I don't care about age, but she looks like she's like 10 years older than she actually is. Like she doesn't come across as early 20s to me at all.
Mm-hmm. I think it must be her personality because I'm not seeing it. And I don't even like her personality much. She's coming across kind of gameplay with me. Absolutely. And I understand what she's saying because to me, Andrew and Davide aren't the same like at all. So, but my whole thing is like, you're a Casa girl. You either need to like go full force for one.
Absolutely.
And let the other go because otherwise you're going to screw up your own chance to get into the villa.
She wants in that villa bad.
Right.
Bad.
That's
bad,
how
bad,
I feel.
So Jax and Molly have a little bit of conversation, and all I can see is her teeth, man. Like I can't get away from that glare. Um,
I
so
think that's why I keep not looking because I'm like, I always like start swiping and looking away because I'm like, I can't with this girl.
I don't know what that aesthetic to me is not pleasing. Like I appreciate white teeth, but like and I have straight teeth. I also appreciate. I did have braces at one point. I was
Yeah,
12, but I did have braces, so I can appreciate wanting to have straight white teeth. And I've never done any whiteners, but like I probably would. Um but those teeth are just too white. Like it's just not natural looking. It's too chiclety for me.
yeah.
And so to me, it
I
makes her
told that to
unattractive.
somebody. They said that they were gonna get veneer
Veneers.
for their new job or something like that. And I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I said it's gonna ruin your teeth. And they're like, no,
Because
I'm
like
not
they had
gonna
to
do
like
that.
saw them
Saw
down to like
down
little
your real
pegs.
teeth. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't want little
But
pegs.
they
And
said
if
it's
they
just caps they're getting. I'm like, okay, but just I said, just be careful because they just too boxy. Like, oh,
just saw their teeth 7K. Like,
I
oh.
can't, I can't, I
I mean,
can't.
like I mean, I don't know what her teeth looked like before, but I agree. Invisalign would be perfect. I've heard somebody was saying like, please put the Invisaligns on instead of like with these veneers. Get an Invisalign and get your teeth whitened. Like I think it would be so much more. I think she'd be prettier for me. Right now, she's just all teeth, and I don't think it looks cute personally. So Dammy is asking. I was really, really worried that Dammy was going to ask, like, what's your favorite sex position? But he asked, what's your favorite flavor of crisps? And so I was like, okay, good. Thank you, Dammy. Like, I was like, if you ask that question, I'll be so annoyed with you. And so I've never had these chips before. So she was
Yeah,
saying paprika lays was like her favorite. And then there's also a prawn cocktail that I'm like, both of which I'd like to try. And I'm thinking that prawn cocktail might be like ketchup chips that we have in Canada because
really.
cocktail sauce is kind of like ketchup with horseradish.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So
It's
it
cocktail
might
sauce.
be, yeah, it might kind of be ketchup chips with a little bit of a zing, you know?
So these are paprika. Ooh, can you see it?
You're going to have to tilt it, I think.
There we go.
Kind of see it. I'm trying to think. I
And
don't know what paprika actually the flavor would be.
it's like a pepper. It says like red and green pepper on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet pepper.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, I want to try that. Oh, Pringles has one too. Pringles has a paprika on Amazon. Then let me see if I can find the prawn cocktail. Because
I would like
now
to
that you
try
say
prawn
that, I would
cocktail.
love to try it. Ketchup. I've tried ketchup chips. It's not bad.
I love
We
ketchup
don't
chips.
have them here
Mhm.
regularly. Like I've only had like, and I only know people from Canada. Like all my friends and family that live in Canada are always yip yapping about ketchup chips. But that actually sounds really good. Prawn cocktail lays. Ooh, Walkers. Oh wait. Oh, they used to be Walker chips. Here we go.
I mean, that we should do like a mukbang for all the things that are happening in the UK that we don't have necessarily here.
Right.
Tilted again.
I
I
said I
can't see
just
it.
started OnlyFans for food.
Yes. I
There we
okay,
go.
yeah. They look
It
good
does. It does.
to me.
That's what I was saying the other day because I took like when I went out on Saturday, I would like have all these pictures of me eating food, and I'm like, I really should like make an OnlyFans to just food eating.
People would probably pay you.
Yeah,
People like some things.
that's
So
something I could do without a problem.
but people would think you're like, oh, OnlyFans, like, sure, just doing food stuff, sure. But you do whatever you like.
Mhm.
Son says the prawn cocktail is disgusting, cheap, and fishy. I probably would like it, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Son.
Is
It
it
sounds
fishy really? Oh, I want it.
good. It sounds good.
I want to
um,
try it.
I definitely want to try it. And I like that type of flavor of chips. I don't really like sour cream and onion. I don't like ranch things. I like tangy more so, like barbecue. I like all dressed. And so I feel like prawn cocktail would be kind of like ketchup meets all dressed. Is kind of what I'm thinking in my head.
Mhm.
And fish chips are really good. Like I don't know if you had like some like these Chinese
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
shrimp
yeah,
chips
yeah.
and stuff like that. Like
I've had the
delicious.
the shrimp chips.
So that's what I'm also thinking the flavor wise. I'm like, shrimp chips are delicious. I'm into
Yeah.
it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say, ooh.
Prawn cocktail comes in a mixed Walker's bag of 6 or 24. We always leave them in our house.
Oh,
Can you
send them
mail
to
them to
us. Mail them to us.
us? Okay, so that's gonna be our mission. Remind me to see if I can find those chips somehow. We should try them online.
Uh,
So Dammy gets a text and they're going to be doing these raunchy races. I didn't really write down all of them, but the first few that was pertinent to the Casa Amor, because Gemma was upset that Luca was the fastest with the shortest guy and the tallest girl. I think he was kissing China, if I'm not mistaken. And then Luca also had to suck the toe of
yes.
something. And
Yes. He sucked Molly's toe, I think. It was somebody blondie.
so remember we've been joking about like he always has literally has Gemma's foot in his mouth, and he's like, well, that's our little thing. I didn't. So it actually is their thing. Is like she'll.
Which is why I was so upset that Jack should have sucked Gemma's toe. Because he sucked somebody else's toe. It was like, to me, I was like, strategically, Jack, that was dumb.
Right, gotta suck the girl's toe.
Yeah.
So then Summer had to Summer said that she sat next to Dammy on purpose so that if there's any quick challenges, like she could just like choose him really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
um And Dabby, we see him say whatever happens in the challenge stays in the challenge. It's like, Dabby, I'm with you. Like, I'm fine. Like Sam here says, like, I'm not mad at Dabby for making a connection, but I don't know. It just seems quick to me after having this amazing connection in India. So that's where I'm feeling. Like, I don't mind Dabby, like, wanting to explore things,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm wondering if he's going to have a little bit of regret.
Oh no, he's already regretted it, but we'll discuss it when happens. Like, I mean, but even in the challenge, like in the raunchy races, when he realized that whoever, he doesn't know it was Deji, but he knows that India had to kiss somebody.
Because our birthday's
He
in
did that
December.
face that we remember, like remember when he was upset at something. Like you can tell when he's upset at something, his face goes absolute serious, no joking, and he's like grinding his teeth. And so when he realized, they're like, oh, somebody in December has to kiss somebody else, and it was actually the girl jumped up and kissed Jay, and then India kissed Deji. Um, which he was so upset because he realized it was India kissing somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm happy with that. I was upset because they didn't say who won that one though. I couldn't tell who
No,
won.
they didn't actually they didn't say the winners of that one. No.
Yeah,
Um so Jessica says I was annoyed that they only kept showing the challenges that involved Gemma and Luca. We're back on Gemma Island. Yeah,
that's
we
why I was
are.
upset, because it was like, oh, look at one the point, oh, Gemma won the point. Like
And
I
she's
don't
like gets to
care.
be all sour face.
Yeah, I was like, so when the thing happened with Jay and the other girl and India, and then they were like, they didn't mention who won. I was like, why didn't they just mention who won? Like that was dumb.
I I don't know. They just want us to be focused on Gemma and Luca for whatever
And
reason.
I could care less. The best part was at the end of the episode where it came to Luca, in my personal opinion.
We do learn though that Jax is May. So maybe he is a Taurus, and maybe we did actually find that out, and I wasn't just like making that up because they're so similar.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know if
It
we don't
was
know if he's a
Jax and
Taurus.
Luca are both May.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they both jumped up for May.
Mm-hmm.
And so we know for
And
sure
because
they're
and
both
then
May.
because what's we call it, Gemma goes like, "Oh, that's Luca," and then Paige goes, "That's Jax as
That's
well."
true. Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
and they both jumped up to kiss somebody. So we definitely, they're both May. We also know that Davide is not May. That's about all we know about
I
Davide.
know.
For
I'm trying
sure.
to figure
Because
this
he's
out,
not May. He's
Davide.
not December. That's all
Not
we know.
wait, no, December though. Wasn't that for just the girls,
No,
or was
no,
that
it
for
was
the
both, because
Islanders?
the girl,
So the
yeah,
original
yeah,
OGs.
yeah, the girl kissed Jay, and remember he's a Scorpio, and I think he's a December Scorpio.
No, there's no December Scorpios.
Oh, so then maybe it was her. Maybe it was girls then.
I think it was the girls
I was
kissing the
confused
guys.
why she jumped up, but then maybe it must have been the girls
Because yeah,
because
Scorpio would be end of October, beginning of
October,
most of November.
November. Okay, so then yeah, so then she must be
So yeah, it's what's her name?
Molly. I think it was Molly.
Yes, and I remember thinking, sorry, when Molly did that, she must be a Capricorn because like I'm not vibing with her energy at all.
Oh
So
wow,
that's kind of what I was thinking, but she could also be a Sagittarius.
it could be a Sag, yeah.
But I was
Mm,
just thinking that if she likes all these other guys, like she's more in alignment with them if she's a Capricorn.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
Andrew had to kiss all 6 girls, snog, and so he pecked them, and they think that this is why they lost that challenge because they're supposed to snog, not peck.
That was terrible. But he also was slow.
It's like,
Yeah, it was also slow. Like the way that what you call it did it. It was like nice and it was Billy, right? I think
yes,
it
I
was
think so.
Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Billy did it perfectly. He went around to every girl, made sure full mouth
Yeah,
lipping.
well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
well,
It was perfect.
and then we see the underwater snog with Coco and Davide. And then it was also with Gemma and somebody. But like Gemma, like they went down for like a second and came up. And I was like,
It was Gemma and George. It was Gemma and George.
I was surprised that they won that because it felt to me that they didn't really kiss underwater.
Yeah,
Um,
but I think it was they were quicker.
yeah. But anyways, they beat Davide
But she
and
also did
Coco.
not take off her mic, and so somebody's daddy's paying for a mic.
Well, I mean, I think also that's the show's fault. So,
Yeah.
so Casa Amor wins. I was surprised though. I thought that the boys were going to win, but
Mhm.
the girls did win this
They won
challenge.
by 1 point though, so
There might have been also more that we didn't see.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the guys are sulking and they're sad that they didn't win against the girls. Then we see a kind of a montage, obviously, of everybody getting ready for the night because the girls are going to be winning. I didn't really see that it was an extra party. Like what did they get more than the guys got?
They got to dance because that's all I saw. I don't know. I don't know what they got.
The dancing is on. They had like no music dancing on
Yeah,
on the
there was
show.
nothing that they were given that I could see. I'm like, so is the party off screen because all I see is dancing.
Right? So if a girl said they weren't, so Jack says this to Andrew. If a girl said to me that they didn't feel like they were themselves when they were around me, I would be out of there. I would be out of that relationship, which is very true. Like that's basically them saying like, yeah, I'm really not that into you, or I'm conforming to you and I'm not myself at all. I would
But
be
she
like,
said
red
that
flag.
to his face, though. Like, this is the thing. Like, she never said it behind his back. What he seems to be more upset about is the stuff that she said on camera, not to his face. And and just like I thought, the boys pushing Andrew to go ahead and
Be
live his
free.
life.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm totally mad at it. I just don't. To me, it feels like revenge, Andrew, rather than
Finding
okay.
another
So
connection.
right,
Right. Jessica loves when the guys lose raunchy gays. It's better. It's better that way. I prefer when the girls win as well. Son says, which star sign holds grudges? Because I reckon that's what Davide is. Okay. Grudge holders,
Taurus.
Scorpio, Taurus. um, Air signs don't usually care.
Maybe a little bit of Gemini.
They don't really hold grudges either though. They're usually like buzz around, like very flirty.
Mm-hmm.
The things just
Maybe
like
Capricorn.
Capricorn could be grudgy because they're
Mm-hmm.
very loyal, and if you break their
Mm-hmm.
loyalty, they might be like, I'm out of here.
And maybe Virgo.
Yeah, so it's gonna be mostly the earth signs are gonna probably hold grudges, and Scorpio, they remember everything and they'll come back at you with a vengeance.
Sorry.
Any other signs? I'm hoping that it's a sign that would be compatible with Ekin-Su.
She's a Leo, right?
Yeah, she's a Leo, and no earth signs really go well, or water really go well.
Unless, yeah.
And let's say other stuff in their chart, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that he'd be a Libra. Don't think that he would be a Sagittarius. He feels Capricorn to me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I said it, I was like, "Ooh, I think he might be that."
That's the sign that like I feel like he could be, without knowing any. Well, he likes food a little bit, so maybe a Taurus,
maybe a Taurus or a Scorpio.
Are Scorpios foodies as well?
Well, the ones I get along with, all the Scorpios, I know they love food along with me.
We're gonna figure it out. Maybe like now that he's more famous, we can find it out. So I'll go for a look a little bit later. Luna says, "Isn't that what Jack said about his time with Gemma?"
Huh?
Jack said that Gemma wouldn't let him do what he wanted to do. Right. It's similar though, so maybe he was also giving him advice as to like how he felt, but he was talking about, from what I remember, Tasha, and not about him and Gemma. But it is similar. So
Jax does not like Tasha. I'm going to tell you the truth. The way he was acting this episode,
I don't think any of the guys do.
I don't think any of the girls, which is a bit of hypocrites, but I don't think any of the guys like Tasha. I'm going to tell you the truth after this. I think they were suspect of Tasha before, and then when the girls came in and said what they said, I think they all turned on Tasha.
Absolutely. Well, they also probably think that Tasha's going to find somebody in there, so they just don't want their friend to be heartbroken.
Looking like she might.
So then we see that I think that the producers saw what was going on in social media, and they ran and found that ring of Dami's, and they put it in India's bag, because she's like, "I found a ring. I can't get a ring. I got a ring," and I was like, that ring wasn't there. Like, he laid it on top, and that ring wasn't there. So how did it just all of a sudden show up? Now, he was worried about it getting lost, so maybe he put it somewhere a little bit more secretive, or like in like a pouch or something like that. Yeah. Maybe. But also, maybe the producer decided to put it in because
put it back in.
That every single review that I saw, people were like, I saw Dami put a ring in. Like, every single person I watched, probably about 4 or 5 people being like, "Where's that ring?"
They wanted her to do a madness, and then they realized it was not a good look and put the ring back or something. But I was very annoyed yesterday knowing that they took that ring out, and it was unnecessary. It really was. I mean, she's exploring her connections the way she said it. She's like, "This is how I would, outside of here, I would explore this connection this way anyway." And so she's doing her job. Like, it was not necessary.
She's exploring it in a I think in a respectful way so far. I like how India is kind of moving. So San says, "I know a couple of Pisces that hold grudges." That could make sense, because Pisces are a water sign, so they can be kind of moody. And if you do them wrong, like, they kind of could maybe hold that moodiness around something. But San's also the Taurus, and never held a judge in their adult life, not work, time, or effort. Okay, it might not be specifically holding a grudge, but my brother says things like, "Oh, I deleted you." And so, like, you might just like write somebody off, right? And so it might not be holding a grudge, but also like writing people off because it's not worth your time or effort.
Oh, I will forgive you.
But he's like, "Forgot."
But I will never forget.
Exactly. My brother's just always like, "I deleted you." Sorry.
Or I could be very petty. And do stuff, and then you'd be like, "Oh, and I'd be fine because I already did my pettiness. I'm good."
So yes, I mean, I respect if you don't think you've ever held a grudge. That's totally fine. But I think it could also be in the realm of like cutting someone off, and like they're done with, when you're done with them, you're done with them.
Yeah.
That also, I would say, is holding a grudge, even though you're not holding any like feelings about it. Like, the fact that you just cut somebody off could be considered, in my opinion, holding a kind of a grudge. But you got some Taurus support here. I never have any Aquarius support. So frustrating. Want some air sign support here, please? Not even in the villa. Like never. There's never like barely any Aquarius in there.
I wonder why that is.
There actually are less Aquarius in general.
Yeah.
Like that sign is one of the less populated signs.
Okay.
Which is also very interesting.
Is it because of when they actually
Probably it's not near like a holiday or anything like that.
Are conceived and then okay.
I guess.
Mm.
But
I had a someone who's Aquarius, like not match, but like like me on Bumble, and I'm just like, I don't know about me and an Aquarius.
Hold grudges. Not really. I usually finish out a conversation. You know what I mean? Like I don't usually come back to something. I'm always like my mom and my brother are both. My mom's Cancer, my brother is a Taurus, and they hold grudges. And I'm like, we're still on this. I forgot about that. Like, so I don't know.
Cancer, yes, Cancers they can hold grudges too.
Right? They just remember shit. I'm just like, that's not my vibe. But they could have other things in their chart that could be more grudge holdy.
Yeah.
Rachel season 2. Oh, thanks, Luna. Someone that everybody hates. Right. Thank you. Okay, so back here. So they snuck in that ring. I'm like watching you, producers, because that was, I think, shady, but we'll see. So Dami, Jax, and Davide, they all this is the upgrade. Is that the line?
Yes.
Yeah, so Davide, like, I think basically said that Summer is an upgrade to India.
He
wanted to replay exactly what he said. Go ahead.
He said, well, to me, I think you got an upgrade. Excuse me? How so? And what pisses me off is people on Twitter were trying to push this narrative that India and Davide have like this wonderful relationship, like they're besties. The same they tried to do with Kaz and Liam last season. And I'm like, I've seen them talk to her like once. And like, you've known this girl for a day. How could you even say something like that? You've known her for
India
weeks.
for like a month. Yeah. 3 weeks.
Like, how dare you? And first of all, I don't think she's no upgrade to no India.
I mean, like, maybe it's just lighter skin, right? We
It
talked
has
about
to be,
colorism
and long hair. I don't know. Well, I mean, even India's hair is long, but my whole thing is, somebody on Twitter tried to say, "Oh well, it's because of the language barriers." Bullshit.
Upgrade means upgrade.
Thank you.
Like, he knows what the word means. So
or not say nothing at all, or say, listen, whatever if you're trying to encourage it, whichever way you want to go, that I think you're good either way. Like, if that's
or just like even be like, I mean, I just be like, I think that Summer's really beautiful, so maybe you should explore something.
Right. Like, there was a way to say it without downing India. And so it's F Davide to me. That's it. I'm done.
Jessica says, what's wrong with Davide? Davide clearly thinks Summer's skin complexion is an upgrade. That's the only thing that he could be talking about. I was very disappointed.
The only thing he could be talking about. Only because she is not no upgrade to no India.
Well, we don't know her personality.
I don't want to. Well, okay. So we'll get there at the end. But I don't want to down Summer, but I don't feel like she's an upgrade to India.
We don't know her well enough, A.
Right.
And B, like, what are we judging this upgrade on?
Right.
Their connection? Or
no, because that's what Dami said. Dami's like, listen, like, I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about my connection with India. And I'm
So they
glad
were
people
talking about a
didn't.
physical upgrade. Yeah.
Right, I'm glad people didn't like try to twist what he was saying. Like, oh, so he's saying India's not beautiful. He
He
was.
knows what Davide was intending, and he wanted to clarify what he was judging his relationships on.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
hmm I did think that that's how Davide was being like, no, 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 no. I don't care. Like, I don't think he was agreeing with Davide,
No.
but I think he was saying like, that's not what like I'm grappling with here.
Right.
Like, it's like I have a really good connection with India
Right.
that is not comparable at this point with Summer, even
Right.
though you think that aesthetically
She's an
she's an
upgrade.
upgrade. So
Exactly.
rude though, man.
Yeah. It was disgusting.
So I want to know if we think he misspoke, as in the fact that they are the Casa Amor girls. Okay, like being like the Casa Amor girls are supposed to be an upgrade. They're supposed to be like
Not these
bombshells coming
Casa
in.
Amor girl. I
Actually,
mean, I've
really,
never thought. Well, I've only watched 3 seasons, and the only upgrade to me was Priscilla, and
oh,
that is,
she was pretty.
and she was pretty. She had a great personality. I think she was very much what Mike was in there looking for, especially considering his journey and who he was trying to go for in the villa. I think she was an absolute upgrade for Mike.
hmm
And even like his, even to me, like
Well, you can tell
Molly,
that she was an upgrade because they dated for like at least a year or two
they
outside
dated
the
for over
show.
a year, exactly. And even, and that, to me, that was a good set of Casa Amor girls, because even Nas went for Eva,
And I think
remember, and they're still
they're
together.
together. They're doing the podcasts.
Yeah, and he dumped the other one
The
for
redhead
her.
girl. I can't remember her name right
Um,
now.
I forget her name right now, but she, I think she had skin cancer the other day, but I forget.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then she was with Luke for a few months, but then they like were faking a relationship.
oh, Luke
Uh,
that looks like Justin Bieber, right? That
yeah,
Luke.
that's with Lucy now. And then what you call it? Oh God, what is his name? Gosh, what you call it? Dumped. What's her
Oh,
name for Molly?
yes, Demi.
Yes,
Thank you.
Demi,
Yes, yes,
Demi,
yes, yes,
Demi.
yes.
Yeah, and then the other guy dumped what's her name from Molly, and they're
Shauna.
still together.
Oh,
Yes,
uh,
yes. Sean, who was the guy she was with? Oh God, I forget his name.
I can see his face.
Yeah. There were two of them
Um,
in there at the same time. Two of
is he
his
a
gangmates.
Callum? I don't know. Is he a
Callum,
Callum?
Callum, it
Okay.
was Callum. Yeah. So Callum dumped Shauna for Molly,
And
and
they
they're
were
still
still together.
together. And so I think that set of
Kaz
Casa
was a
Girls
good was a
was
good.
was a good, like a good upgrade to those,
Oh, you haven't
Villa
seen
girls.
Theo's season, right?
No, 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 no.
Oh, Luke T. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Lucy.
And no, she was an OG. I was thinking Shanice. She was an OG.
Yeah, no, no, she was an OG. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So
yeah, I
yeah,
definitely think that they've done a better job with their
yeah,
Casa More girls than
yeah,
this round.
yeah.
Um,
Because even last season, I wasn't that those set of Casa girls to me wasn't. They didn't bring vibes. They 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 brought prettiness, but they didn't bring nothing to the table to me.
mhm.
Whereas, like I'm saying, Molly, Eva, Priscilla, they brought it all. Like even when they did the town show, like they were talented. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they brought more that I understood those guys' heads being turned.
Having a little bit of a problem because they're
Yeah,
just like, ooh,
yeah,
yeah, 100%. So then we see Billy and Tasha having a conversation. And Tasha just loves the fact that Billy compliments her. She's what's that face?
I can't
She's
wait for you
just
to see this preview. Go ahead.
eating it up, and he's like, what do you do? And he's like, I know you're a dancer. And she's like, well, I'm obviously a model. And he's like, oh, you're obviously a model. She's like, I didn't mean it like that. And I'm like, no, you meant it like that, Tasha. Like you did.
Yeah,
But like, what kind of model? Like Instagram model? Like that's not a model. Like it's
I
so
don't
annoying that
know.
all these people can call themselves models now just because of like social media.
I think Gemma was modeling too, because I saw, like, I went and looked up her black ex boyfriend, and I was like, because I'm like, are they gonna bring him in?
Have you found him yet or no?
And yes, I did. Let me see. Did I save it? Hold on. Uh,
And I want to find this first look for today.
Gemma's black ex-boyfriend. Gemma's other ex-boyfriend was the one. He's a little. He's more fair skinned than anything. But I think he's the one that was friends with um uh Billy.
Wait, sorry, say that again. Sorry, I was just looking at see if I can find this first look. Where did you see it?
Oh, when I was watching the
Oh, at the end. I guess maybe
yeah
I looked away.
yeah. Ooh, Jesus.
Sorry. Sorry. What were you saying?
So this is Gemma's
Are you showing me? Okay.
other ex, the black
Oh,
guy.
okay. He kind of from this afar. He looks like Nate from
Yeah,
afar.
yeah, yeah.
Um.
I can see that. He's a little more Toby-ish. So they did a like a little campaign together. I don't know if you could see it.
Oh.
She's on the other
On the
side.
right.
Yeah.
Is that him in the middle?
That's him in the middle. Hold on. I'm
He
trying to
needs to
see.
do some push-ups
There
or
you go.
something. He looks a
Yeah.
little.
There you go.
I mean, not body shaming, but like he just looks a little soft in this photo for it
Yeah.
to be like an ad, you know.
Yeah. He looks better in the other one. So yeah.
I wonder if I can where I can find this first look.
Let me see if it's in
8 hours ago. Is that too long ago?
yeah.
That must be yesterday's. Or
Yeah.
1 hour ago. Oh no. Er, Let me put in a filter.
I'll see if they saved it.
So okay, so yeah, Billy and Tasha. It looks like Billy is gonna go all in on Tasha here.
Mm-hmm.
We also see that Cheyenne likes Andrew, and I think that Cheyenne and Andrew would look cute together. She seems really nice. I like her little bob. I think she's one of the prettier girls that came into Casa Amor. Um,
The Twitch stream saved it. The one I
oh,
sent you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
oh,
if you play it from there.
okay. I can find that for sure.
Yeah.
Except my phone's gonna die, of course. So Cheyenne likes Andrew, but then they dared. They're talking about like who's more fun. Is it gonna be blondes or brunettes? And they dared Coco to kiss Andrew. Right? Is that what happened?
Mm,
Anyways, I think Coco did to kiss Andrew, and then like, but I'm like, but he likes
yes.
Cheyenne.
Yes. It was weird because I thought this entire time that he was saying he liked Cheyenne, and then all of a sudden
Coco kisses him.
he Coco kisses him, and then all of a sudden he's. It's like he's going what the guys are telling him because all
Mm.
of a sudden it's like now he's pursuing Coco, and I don't get it because to me, I don't get it. I don't get any of it. Truthfully.
Yeah, I don't really get it. I don't know why they're pushing. Maybe they just to get him some experiences. Like they know that none of them are gonna really take her seriously, but like they know that she'll probably make out with him. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what's happening. We see Josh and Danica chatting, and you know they kind of are having a little bit of a flirtiness, being like, "Who are you going to ask to sleep in your bed?" And like, "I'm not going to ask anybody." Like the little back and forth was kind of cute. And he leans in and he kisses her, and he gave her, I thought, was a nice kiss. A lot of these kisses that people have, I'm always just like, that's the kiss that you're going to give somebody. That looks disgusting. But I thought it was a nice kiss, and it was a kiss, I would say, of somebody that was looking to pursue somebody.
I was really happy with it. I was like, wow, this seems age appropriate and like equal footing and
Hmm.
like the potential for something. It was
Hmm.
kind of nice.
It was a nice kiss.
I felt like something that had
It
been
was
missing.
slow. It wasn't like those weird like
Yeah,
things
yeah.
that they
And
do on
just
the
even the
show.
way that he like pursued her, like I thought it was cute the way he would like he was like he's gonna put her out of her misery. But then, like when he went to kiss her, oh, did you ever get a kiss? And he like allowed the moment to be a moment.
Hmm. Absolutely. And it was slow. It wasn't forced. And she she allowed it to happen. She wasn't the aggressor in that situation. And she allowed him to be the one that pursued there. And so we were talking about her maybe having to take a little bit more of a feminine approach, and her doing so got her a little smoochy smooch.
Yeah.
So definitely happy for her. I think that they're solidified in exploring something. Go ahead.
Did it look to you like they were smooching in bed too? Because it looked like they were like
I
they were
don't
under the covers.
know.
Like
I'm not sure.
okay,
I'm not sure, but
okay,
I wouldn't be surprised.
okay.
So Son says apparently they're best mates. So this is about Gemma, I'm assuming. Not ex-boyfriend, but her family really likes him as he is ambitious. Okay. I'd rather see Andrew and Cheyenne. 100%. Cheyenne needs to come on a little bit more strong and not wait for Andrew to do it. I think Andrew sees Coco as playing to a plaything to mess with. Yes, exactly.
I
And I
agree.
think the guys are thinking that way as well.
I agree. I think if he walked in with Cheyenne on his arm, it's a villa, Tasha would gag. But I also think they could have a little bit of more of a connection. But I also kind of feel like that's why he's not pursuing her. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
he's not
He's worried
serious.
that he might actually have to make that decision. So maybe he's just keeping it as fun as possible so that he doesn't have to like decide if he's going to bring back a girl or not bring back a girl. I think that, yeah, he might be avoiding that. So going with something that he's definitely not going to go for.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what Jasmine looks like, Sons.
She was in bed, I saw, by herself.
What does she look like?
She's brown hair, long brown hair. She's like a little, like squinty face. She's not ugly. She's beautiful. I just don't know if she has
I
personality.
don't know who she is. I can't even remember what she looks like.
Yeah.
Which is not great. Do you know if the first look is before or after the credits?
It was before, right before.
Right before the credits. Okay. Um, Jessica says, I'm happy for Danica. Their scene was cute. Josh may act up, but now I'm happy for Danica. She's getting some much needed attention. Absolutely. Oh, wait, I did see a little bit. Okay, I know I did see this where Paige was crying. Okay, I'll pull it up in a second. Yes, Danica and Josh were either talking or kissing under the covers. Either way, I'm here for it. Yes, I'm here for it as well. She deserves it. Age appropriate, like you said. Like I can see them together. It makes sense to me. Her and Charlie, no sense. Her and Jay, no sense. Her and Davide, no sense. Her and Luca, no sense. But
But so ultimately, even with all of that happened, I'm really glad she did the things that she did because I don't think she would have gotten to this place if she had not.
that's true. That's true. She might have been stuck in a weird friendship couple and then get dumped.
Yeah.
So okay, almost there. So yeah, I thought it was cute also when Danica's like, "Oh, so it's a trial run for me," and like, and she was flirting with him in a good way, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's really what I liked about it.
I
And
like their energy. I do. I like their energy.
she said it was a
And
juicy snog. I was
yeah,
like, "Ooh, a juicy snog, yes." So Jay wants to know more about China, and they were kind of flirting as well about like, oh, am I going to bunk with you? Who am I going to bunk with? And he's like, well, I think the girls should be making that decision. She's like, well, I would make the decision if someone asked me. And so I'm impressed by this duo, as I talked about at the beginning of this recap. So I'm happy. I'm here for it.
me too.
Here for
Me
China
too.
going back to the main
Now,
villa.
thoughts on
Mm-hmm.
do you think if they become a strong couple, could they stay?
Over whom?
I don't know yet, but
Oh,
I'm
wait.
just saying.
Who is that was kissing? Sorry, I'm like now I'm watching this again, like the night scene. So, oh, maybe I'll pause it and we'll watch it together to see if they're smoocheroo. I don't know if they'll stay. I think that Tasha and Andrew might get dumped, but it seems like the producers want to save them. So I could see China and Jay being a little bit of a casualty of not making it too diverse. You know?
Okay.
Fingers crossed though that I'm wrong, but
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if the producers will save them or allow them to be saved or the public even.
Okay.
but I like them. So Molly and Davide are chatting, and he's like, "This morning you caught my eye," but he doesn't trust blondes. He trusts brunettes a little bit more. He says that you're my second choice, which I think is hilarious. He's honest with certain things, but so his
Mhm.
first choice was Coco,
I just,
Davide's.
I'm so confused at that because I thought he liked one of the blonde girls. Like I think he said Cheyenne.
No, not him though. I think that he. I don't know. I could be
I,
wrong,
I
but
was confused. The entire thing was confusing to me.
well, how about India and Deji? He kind of asked if you'd be willing to explore things, and they talked about the fact that they kissed in the challenge. I wish that I mean, I don't want her to have to choose between the two guys because I think that she could probably have like a decent relationship with Deji as well.
The problem is if she brings back
No, she
Deji,
can't bring Jack back Deji. She
yeah,
can't.
it'll be another cast situation. Well, she chose Jeji. She's gonna have to either come back alone if she really wants Dammy and take the chance and let him be with somebody else, which at this point I don't think is gonna happen. Or she's gonna have to choose Deji and write it out for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I don't think that she's going to do that. I
Yeah,
don't
me neither.
don't think so. But I think she's going to explore it while they're in the Casa Amor.
Hmm.
So we see
Which I think is
Dammy.
appropriate. I do think it's
Yeah.
appropriate for her
I
to
think
do.
how she's doing it, she's not super pushing anything, but she's allowing herself to have these conversations and explore it. So I'm fine with it too. So Dammy and Summer are talking about. She's like, "Oh, can you read my mind?" And
He needs to
he's
stop reading people's mind.
well, this is her like flirting with him, you
Right.
know. And so he's like, "Well, you definitely want to kiss me. I know you want to kiss me. I'm reading your mind. You definitely want to kiss me." I'm like, "Dammy, just like chill. Like it's fine that you're exploring these things, but like stop being such the aggressor because if she sees some of these clips, she might not forgive you if you look like you are acting out too much." But he does mention like if you lose, you shoot your shot. They're gonna have a staring contest, and before the staring contest happened, she grabs his face and kisses him, and it was kind of an intimate kiss, to be honest.
It wasn't intimate to me. I think he didn't like it.
He
He,
did really.
yeah, the man was unhappy.
Let's see. Let me see.
Somebody took a screenshot. Let me see if it goes over. He's like barely touching her.
I
He's
mean, I
like
think he doesn't want to
halfway.
necessarily get into it too much.
I don't think he liked that kiss.
Ooh.
From and I I was it wasn't just me. Like a lot of people was like, "Oh, I thought it was going to be bad," but he was not into that kiss. He was not into it in my opinion.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from. It seemed to me that he was just like he was nervous about putting too much in just because of the fact that he does have feelings, I think, for India. So that's where I was thinking as it, but it could be both, to be honest. So Jessica says, I think that China would be a great addition to the villa. Me too. I'm curious to see how she'll blend in with the other girls. I think she'll be great, to be honest.
Me too.
Who knows when it comes to Davide, he's an enigma. I know he's not very open with like what's going on. My main issue with Dammy is how quick it happened. He could have waited at least a day or two. Also, he clearly felt guilty, and that's where the energy came from at Luca. Yes, we're getting there. I agree with that 100%.
I don't, but good.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, at the after that kiss, whatever, like she's like wiping off makeup off of his face and whatnot. And like, do you know what? Actually, what supports him not liking it is he got up right away to go and like wash the
He
makeup
was
off of
like,
his
"What do you?"
face.
He's like, "What do you mean?" Like he was so upset. He was so upset. I don't think he liked that kiss at all.
Netha, hi Netha, says more like his guilt not making him enjoy it. He's not making any sense this episode. Tammy is
But
bad
if
news.
but
I
if
don't
he
know if she's
liked
bad news
if
yet.
he liked Summer, I don't think he would feel guilty.
True. Yeah, I think he likes India, and I think that he's not sure how he feels about Summer yet. So then we see Coco and Davide again, and like, did you enjoy the underwater kiss? And she's like, "Oh, it wasn't my best," and they talk about how you're not oh, they kiss or whatever, and I was just like, I don't like Davide's kisses, and then he just like sits back so proud. I'm like, you didn't do anything. Like, why are you so like proud of the fact that you kissed her? Like, who cares? Like, it didn't seem like there was a good connection. It didn't seem better than the underwater kiss, in my opinion. Um, but they decide that they're probably, or no, they want to know who she's going to share a bed with, and she's deciding, it seems like, between Andrew and Davide. So Davide also talks to Andrew later, Andrew and Dammy, and they also mention that they think that Coco's playing a game. So if we're kind of picking up on that, and the guys are picking up on that inside the villa, I think that she must be playing a game. And so I would be Andrew, plaything, fine, but not for anything serious, I don't think. So they do tell Andrew that he needs to decide what he wants. So we see Andrew and Coco on the terrace, and he says that his mom would really like Coco, and I'm like, or no, sorry, she said her mom would really like Andrew for her to pursue because he seems like a nice guy, and then they smooch up there, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a decent kisser, so their kiss was okay.
Yeah, their kiss was okay. I just
Better
don't.
than her kiss with Davide for sure.
Absolutely, but I just don't understand him pursuing her because I'm not seeing what's going on there.
So the boys are all call each other over together to hear what Andrew has to say, and they're really loud and excited about the fact that Andrew kissed Coco, and they're excited that he kissed. And Luca's like, your Love Island experience starts today, with this new experience with Coco. And then Dammy, after like the kind of the energy wore off with Andrew and Coco, he says that he kissed Summer. So this is why I think that he was feeling guilty, was like how this all kind of started. And because then he just like completely switched onto Luca.
That's
And he
not
was
what happened. He did
what?
not completely switch it. Luca was like, "Oh, so you're doing madness too? You might as well share a bed with her. You guys obviously want a couple up." Like Luca was chatting shit after that, and then that's when he got pissed off because he was saying, "No, I don't think I should sit in a bed with her. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not this is the right connection for me." He's like, "If I was in the real world, this is what I would do. I'm just trying to be real." And Luca's like, "Well, you might as well just share a bed with her." And he was like to me he was coming off like Jake from last
I mean,
from
that's what
last season.
Dammy was saying for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, I wasn't, obviously, when I can't go back and rewind, sometimes
Yeah.
I don't catch that. I didn't really see it like that on my first watch, but I could see, like, I could definitely see when Dammy was saying, I think you're playing a game. Like, I know you're here you want to win the show. Like, I agree with all of that. I just wasn't sure if I agreed with like the catalyst of it all, but it's also because like I'm writing notes while I'm watching.
Yeah.
So I'll go back and watch it again since it's staying on Twitch, just to see again how that all transpired, because it did seem like Dammy to me was feeling a little bit guilty, and what Luca was usually doing he was fine with, and then now all of a sudden, that now that he's kissed her, that he was feeling guilty. So Luca's normal antics were pissing him off. So I'm not sure. It could be both. It could be neither. So I'll go back and watch and see if I have
I mean,
another opinion.
everything that Tammy said was not untruthful. What he said about him and Gemma, that like, I'm not married to the girl, I let her be so that she can also explore her connections. He was absolutely right on that one. I mean, everything. This is my thing. Everything Tammy said was absolutely correct.
But I do think that he has some guilt. I do think he feels guilty.
I just said that I thought he felt guilty. I think it's two separate issues. I personally feel like Luca was gnawing at him and he got pissed off, and he was the only one to really say to Luca what, because you notice none of the other guys backed up Luca.
Jack's backed up Dammy. Yes.
Every single guy backed up Dammy. Not one guy,
I'm agreeing with you.
And none of them were all doing what either Andrew or Dammy was doing, right? They all where like, yeah, Luca, you sometimes aren't being your real self during the show.
But I think the reason why it struck a nerve at this exact moment with Dammy was because he was feeling vulnerable and guilty. And so whether like, not saying that it wasn't true, but I think that the timing of it all
Mhm.
made Dammy like it just hit him, like, you know what I mean? Like it just fucking poked at him because he was in a vulnerable state feeling guilty. That's
Okay,
the
but
only reason.
when has Demi not, like, when has Demi been vulnerable this entire time? That everybody else has been vulnerable, and he's always there for them, always listen to their
I know, but
bullshit.
I'm
and
saying though,
and so what
at
I'm saying
this
is,
particular moment, he was just had shared the fact that he kissed Summer, and I feel like Luca was as being the same. Like I don't think he's been different, but I think that because he was feeling guilty, Dammy responded in a different way to Luca's usual antics. And so it's not that I agree with everything that Dammy said, but I'm thinking that the reason why it stirred something up in him in that particular moment was he was feeling guilty. And if he wasn't feeling guilty, it may not have triggered him. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think it was just guilt. I really do feel like he felt like he wasn't being his friend in that moment, because he's been a friend to every single person. He has sat there and listened to everybody's relationship BS the entire time, and he's not pushed them to do anything that they wouldn't normally do. And he has just been like, be yourself and be honest.
Well,
And
Jay here says that Dabby is mad at Luca for trying to egg him on, but on the last episode, he called Luca boring and tried to pressure him to talk to girls. Jay is thinking that Dabby could be a hypocrite here.
that's not how I saw it. I think Luca is a game player. I think that's
He's
what.
definitely playing a game.
Yeah,
Just
I think he's playing the game straight to dating Gemma on the outside.
So Jessica says, the more I see Davide, the more I believe your theory about him. Yeah, I think he's not experienced. Look at those kisses. I feel like Davide was behaving more like Jake than Luca was. Interesting.
No, I
Go
don't.
on, Netha. Can't believe the two guys who have been slated in the last few episodes were the only ones behaving. I'm not surprised by Luca, but Jax. I mean, I think
Jack is
Jax.
not really behaving. He said pay
I think
two.
he's gonna. I think he's gonna bring somebody back. To be honest, I think Jax will. I don't
he
think Luca will, but I think Jax will bring
he
someone
literally said pay two.
back. Hi, Adrian. So all the guys have pursued or talked to other females. Luca always sleeping alone and staying all on Gemma. It's true. So Dammy was setting himself up from the beginning of the episode by constantly bringing up the test. Dammy had no problem egging Luca on. Two things can be true. Luca can be fake and Dammy can feel guilty.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's he's going after him because he's guilty. I think he was going after him because he felt like Luca wasn't being his friend in that moment, which he wasn't.
Which also would make it true that in that particular moment he was triggered by what Luca was saying, if that was because he wasn't feeling a friend in that moment. You know what I mean? Like I think it's because he was feeling guilty about it and his friend wasn't supporting him in a way that he felt was genuine or supportive.
Luca couldn't come to me for another darn thing again. I'm serious. Like, don't talk to me about your relationship with Gemma. Don't sit there and cry to me when somebody comes in to pursue her. I would not say another word to him.
Nesta feels as though they both made valid points in the unnecessary argument.
I actually thought it was very necessary because I'm glad that everybody could
Call him
see that
out.
all the guys feel like Luca is playing a game, because I feel like he is.
Well, he can't really do anything else though at this point, right? We're never going to be able to tell if it's true because he's going to stick with Gemma.
And which is why I agreed with Gemma that, listen, I'm not going to be boyfriend and girlfriend in this villa. I agree with her. If I was coupled up with Luca, I would not.
Would you put your feet in his mouth?
The other thing with Luca, apparently somebody's saying his sister is a billionaire. His sister's the one that has
Luca?
money. Yes.
Mm.
His sister is apparently the CEO of Misguided or something. And so that's why they're saying that he's rich. To me, that doesn't make him rich. That makes her rich. Or whatever.
CJ feels as though Dami was telling the truth about Luca. He also feeling guilty about kissing Summer. He is a player after all. I don't know if he's a player yet.
I don't see that he's a player.
Dami better have come to Jesus moment, or I think he's finished. I mean, if he brings back Summer, that's not going to be good for
If
him.
he brings back Summer, and if he doesn't bring back Summer and doesn't tell India that what he did, then yes, I agree that Demi is a player, and that's it. But I don't feel like anything that he's done so far lends to the point that he's a player.
Dana, I hate that I can't speak on the disagreement with Dami and Luca. I haven't seen the episode. I have to watch it after the live. It was a good one though, like because I felt as though it seemed a little bit more heated when I saw the preview, and so I was more worried about, especially how Dami was going to look, because it's never a good look when the black person gets into.
Oh no, nobody's on his side, as you can see. Nobody's on his side. I'm just telling you how I felt about it.
What?
Like from what I saw, everybody agrees with Luca.
Oh, I don't agree with Luca at all. No.
Everybody agrees with Luca, and they said,
Luca?
"Oh, I can't believe."
You could see in his face. His face got red as if he got caught with his hand in a cookie jar.
Luca could even forget it that he was still talking about it right before bed.
Yeah, the fact that the boys didn't back him up. He was 100% caught, and he was like, "Oh shit! Like, have I just lost the game because of this outburst?" Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that Dami was correct, but I also think that it blew up to the level that it did because he was feeling guilty. That's it. You know what I mean? Like that's just where I think I was coming from, and it could be something he was wanting to say for a very long time, but I think that the catalyst was because he was feeling guilty. Because when you're feeling other emotions are easier to balloon and blow up. Son says Luca doesn't know that though, that Gemma doesn't want to be a girl from the villa.
She might have said it to him. We don't see all their conversations. She might have definitely said that to him, and why he hasn't asked.
Yeah, that's actually probably true. He probably knows that, and she's probably.
I think he would have asked her before Casa Amor if that was the case.
And he's probably waiting to meet her family, to be honest.
Yeah, that too.
To make it a moment.
So, was it you or somebody else that said he'll probably ask during the family?
Yeah, it's me.
But I might.
Or after.
That her family's not going to be there.
Lucas says, Nathan says Luca's a bit like Tasha in that he cares too much about how he appears to everyone.
Absolutely.
Well, yes, because they're both playing a game.
Absolutely.
They are both playing a game. So in bedtime, I didn't write all down the couples because it went by too fast, but it seems like Davide and Molly were in a bed together. Mm-hmm. And then Luca sleeps. Obviously, Luca sleeps outside. Mm-hmm. I wrote down never see Jasmine.
Jasmine was in the bed. They showed her right after they showed Luca. She was in the bed by herself.
But that's what I'm saying. I wrote down, I'm like, Jasmine. Like, I see her in the nightcap. Yeah. Cheyenne and Jay seem to be kissing in bed. And Davide and Molly also were kissing in bed. That's all I had a chance to write down. Was there any others that I missed?
For the boys? So for the boys, they basically forced Tabby to sleep in bed with Summer. And he basically told her, well, we're not cuddling. So she said, well, I'm going to put this pillow, no offense, because you said we can't cuddle. And then he slept on India's side of the bed.
I mean, I don't think that his head's going to be turned. I think that this blow up is probably better for his game. Hopefully, because maybe the audience is not going to all like Luca as much as he thinks that they're going to like. I know you said that he has a lot of support, but hopefully it'll just leave the door open for other people. I don't know if Dami and India can win, right, but it may have made Luca and Gemma not win.
Right. My thing is, I think it's all how he presents it when she gets back.
Yeah, that's true. Don't present it like Johnny.
Yeah. Don't laugh it off. Don't be straight up with her. Tell her
I'm sorry, this would happen. I was exploring things, blah, blah, blah. Because she was, you know what? They worked it out pretty well with the heart rate challenge when they both didn't have their heart rates go off for each other.
Yeah.
And it was probably the producers trying to like break them up at that point as well. But regardless, he was like, "Hey, yours didn't go up for me either. Like, well, you know that I'm into you. You know that I like you. I know that you like me. I know that you're not into who did her heart rate go up for? Andrew? Get out of
Andrew.
here. Get out of
Andrew.
here." It's like
Yeah.
that's not a thing. In
And it
those
was because
gladiator
he picked
sandals, are
her
you kidding
up.
me?
And it was, I tell you, from what I've ever seen, if you pick up somebody, I think
Yeah,
that's
you're
what
gonna be like,
happened. And he picked her up.
yes.
And
Yes. You're
then
gonna be like,
him for Paige. And yeah, so I think that as long as he's straight up with her, I think he'll be fine.
yeah, they don't
I will be mad at him if he's not straight up at her. Then he will lose me.
I know.
Yeah.
So Netha says I actually forgot she was in the episode. Yeah, Jasmine. I don't remember what
Yeah.
she looked like.
Samuel wasn't really shown
I
that much
don't see
either.
Samuel. He was sleeping in bed with Gemma, I think, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
because Josh went to sleep in bed with Danica,
Of
and
course.
I forget who Jack was sleeping in bed with. It might have been Tasha.
Yeah, because it was. I think it was Tasha. What
And
did George? Was he in bed with Ekansu?
yes, and she was actually kind of snuggled up with him, but not. And then India and Deji were like on two separate sides.
Right.
Yes.
Andrew and Coco. I mean, I know that they started kissing already, but like I think that he's just like sowing his oats. It's kind of like a guy on at a bachelor party that thinks it's okay to go and like make out with the strippers. And it's just like there's a fine line with what I think that is acceptable at a bachelor party. And he might be going too far, but I think that he's just testing the waters. I don't think he's going to bring her back to the villa. Not her. Coco? God, if she brought back Coco, like Tasha may just walk off the show. Like, because I don't think that she will think that Coco's better than her at all.
Yeah, even if she brings back somebody, I think if she saw him bring back Coco, she's gonna be.
That could be funny, then, actually. Jax put cushions down the middle. He's so performative.
He is. He's
Netha
another
says, I
one.
won't be surprised if Davide turns around and tries to blame Ekansu for his actions. At least didn't have to hear his snide comments about her tonight. I think he's okay. I think he actually likes Ekansu even more personally than he had. I think he's playing into making out with people and having someone interested in him. I don't think that he's going to bring Molly back to the villa because Ekansu will be like, she's definitely not better than me. So you do you. Thank you for giving me the open door to now do whatever I want. I tried my best to pursue you and show you that like I was really into you and you're not and you don't care. Like I'm gone. So I think Ekansu comes out on top no matter what.
Yeah.
Jessica says for the preview.
I can hopefully support her if she leaves Davide or Davide brings back somebody because I can't stand him now. So I couldn't stand him before. And now I really, after that India comment, I can't.
That's true. That was pretty disgusting.
It was
Jessica says for the preview, do we think that Paige is crying about Jax from a postcard or Billy kissing Tasha? I think the postcard.
You think the postcard? I don't even think they sent a postcard. I think it's from Tasha kissing Billy.
Well, actually, that's possible. Didn't I say this that Tasha's
yes,
gonna go
that's why I want you to watch it because I'm like, we called it.
that she's gonna go and like want to get with all the people that are interested in other people and then go back alone. Hold on, where is this Twitch thing? My phone's gonna die though. I don't think I can see it.
Let me see.
Oh my god! Of course, like today I can't spell Twitch. It's like, okay, hold on. It's before
right before the credits.
Okay, right before. Oh my god, Luca's all sour face. Oh. Come on. Oh my god, it said it had like 6 minutes left, and then it's like the episode finished before I can catch this. Okay. Oh my god, I literally have 1%. Okay. Whatever. She
Mm-mm.
looks better in the night cam. I mean, I'm being serious. I'm not even trying to be funny. Oh, so yeah. 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 100%. She's crying over the fact that Billy kissed Tasha and that, she's supposed to be so into Andrew, her head
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be turned, and Paige is exploring something. And it seems like anytime that Paige is interested in someone, Tasha needs to go in and make sure that they're interested in her.
She did it with Andrew. She
Hmm.
did it with Andrew.
Yep. Even with
And
even with Luca in the beginning too, she was kind
yeah,
of like flirting with Luca, even though Paige was set up with him or like coupled up with him. So yeah, Tasha
I
it could
I
be.
don't think it's necessary for them to send in a postcard. I like there for what reason? It would only maybe break up Gemma and Luca and Ekansu and Davide, and I don't think they want that.
Yeah, maybe not. Paige could be crying about both the postcard and Billy kissing Tasha. I think from how they set up the shot with like seeing them kiss and then putting that right after, I think that she's feeling like she's not allowed to pursue Billy because of Tasha, even though Tasha is supposed to be obsessed with Andrew and like in a couple, and is she in love with him? And so I think she's feeling what I think all the black women always feel on the show is that somebody else always goes and takes their guy, and they never really have a shot with exploring who they want to when they want to. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
similar.
and to be honest, I don't think Jax likes Paige.
No, I don't think so.
I
No,
I mean, like the way he's
not
talked
now.
about her since she was gone, the his actions. Yes, he's not going full force. He's doing like a midway between Luca and what Andrew is doing. I don't think he likes her.
No.
And I think she kind of knows that a little bit in the back of her head. And I think Billy pursuing her like that first day made her realize that maybe she could potentially have something better with somebody else.
Hmm. But Tasha's got her
And
little
now
hooks in
Tasha's got
there.
a little hooks in there. And I'm going to say, I also feel like Andrew is the worst one to me. I know everybody hates Dammy, but I think they only hate Dammy because he's coupled up with a black girl and looking at somebody who is lighter skinned than her. But to me, Andrew's not doing it to find a real connection. He is doing it for revenge because he thinks that
He looks stupid. Hmm.
she made him look stupid, and then he's being egged on by the boys in the villa and by the girls from Casa Amor, and he's like, this is
He
what I
doesn't
have
look
to
like a
do.
mug, he
Yeah,
says. So.
he doesn't. So like I really truly believe Dammy, because that's what I was saying about the ring thing. Like everybody was saying, no, he took the ring out probably last. I said I don't see him taking the ring out without putting else something else sentimental in
Hmm.
for her. And just like so, I said that ring has to be either somewhere or somebody took
The
it.
producer just put that back in there.
Right. And I'm like,
Like, oh
I
my god, I
don't.
didn't see this in here. Hmm.
I really truly believe that Dammy can Dammy. This is the first time somebody has come in for Dammy, which is why he's pursuing things this way. And I know people don't agree with it, but my personal that's the show, right? Like, does he win the game this way? No. And is he stupid? Yes. Like I said, he either was being stupid or he really thought that he could have something true with somebody. But I think what happened was he actually more realized that
He
he's
likes
more
India.
into India than
I mean, this
he
is a
realized.
little bit of like a Johnny moment because, like, maybe he's getting egged on by the producers, also. You know what
Right.
I mean? So,
I absolutely believe that too. I absolutely believe that too. But I'm not going to give that to him as
yeah,
a
no, no, no. We'll see what
no,
happens, how
no,
he
no.
deals with it
Right.
after.
But I want to see how he handles everything after.
100%. Was Jack even in the episode? No, I don't
He
remember.
did one thing that I said messed up his game. He should have pursued Gemma, and he didn't.
Hmm. Jessica says, I can agree with that. Andrew is just doing it for revenge. The public wanted him to find a nice girl, not just go buck wild and get back at Tasha. Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
where he's losing the game.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been fine if they came in, said what he said, and he's like, well, I just got to be open and actually explore connections. Because to me, if he did that, he would explore a proper connection with Cheyenne. But he's not doing that. I think he's just doing revenge at this point. And to
Mm-hmm.
me, that's not going to get you to win the game.
But there's
Because
still more
people like
time
Andrew.
in Casa Amor, or like while the girls at Casa Amor. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's just like wilding out right now, and then he's will have another opportunity to maybe get a little bit closer to Cheyenne in a more intimate setting. And so there's still a few more days left. And do they get dates? I can't remember while they're at Casa Amor. Do they get dates?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
More games, as far as I know.
So Dammy moves from one girl to another real quick. Red flag. He seems like he's overproduced. I still,
If you're counting Amber, Amber does not count. She did not like him. He pursued her to the point that she, like, it was obviously very clear that she did not like the man.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure, like, yet. We can't really tell.
You can't hear.
We can't really tell right now what his feelings are and his true intentions. So let's wait until see
Right.
what happens after Casa Amor, because that's what this whole Casa Amor thing is. He wasn't in a serious enough relationship with India to be sleeping outside yet. So we have to just let it play out before we decide that it's a full-on red flag, because it is part of the show, and he's probably being urged by the producers to explore it. You know, you're not in a relationship, it's not your girlfriend, like she's gonna do the same thing as you, blah blah blah.
Right.
So we'll see how he handles it after. If he brings back Summer, that's a problem.
Yeah. It would be a problem for me too. Like, my whole thing is, Dammy has only had one girl who's expressed interest in him from the beginning, other than India. I'm not counting India, and that was Antigone, and he shut that down quickly. He didn't have to. He could have kept exploring that. So he must really either be very attracted to this girl,
or the Casa Amor, like,
right, he feels like this is his one time,
Vegas,
right, this is his one
party.
time to actually explore something, because once he does it, he's going to stay with India, and that's it. A lot of people are going around acting like Dammy and India were married, and I don't think that's fair to either one of them. Because if she brings back Deji, which she's not going to, it would be because she thought that would be the best thing for her. It would not be fair for other people to be mad at her for doing something like that, if that's what
I don't think she will, but I agree with you. If she did, it would be because she felt more for him in the time they spend together than she does for Dammy.
Right.
CJ's like, Luca is busy performing to receive an Emmy. He is performing. Wait, the British version of an Emmy?
Is there a British version of an Emmy? All I know is the BAFTAs.
Yeah, there probably is. Okay, that's pretty much it for this episode. Is there anything that we missed that you wanted to chat about?
No, I mean, that was it. Like,
yes.
Thank you, Dana. Yes.
Please support
Entertainment in Color. And we are on this side of July, which means on Wednesday I will be going to Azza's event for Big Brother and the premiere of the Challenge USA. I'm very excited. There are going to be a lot of people there. I am sitting in VIP. They just got a different space. It's actually a bigger space. So I'm very excited. I will take lots of pictures and video. I don't know. I doubt I'll actually go live. Like, I've gone to other events and gone live. I think I will probably not do that because they're going to be showing both shows. So I actually want to actually watch the show.
Yeah.
Sure. But I will take as much pictures and get as much details as I can.
Yes.
But yes, I'm excited. Otherwise, yes, please support me in Entertainment in Color. And if I start that OnlyFans for food, I'll let y'all know.
Absolutely. And you know the drill here, but please subscribe to Reality Realness as well and follow us on social media things. Like this video, and what do you think? Okay, so like it and in the comments, what do you think about Natalie's comment here? I'm worried for Dammy that he'll be the next one to leave. Do you guys agree or disagree with this statement? Do you think that Dammy is going to come back single, or do you think he's going to come back with Summer? Let's just see here, because Dammy was a major focus of this episode. What do you think of your thoughts of like how Dammy is moving? Whose side are you on, Dammy or Lucas? Let us know in the comments and we can continue this conversation. All right. I am doing a draft tomorrow, yes, with Sarah from Nerdtainment, myself, David, and I don't know who the fourth person is, so we'll soon find out. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. We might have to change the time a little bit later tomorrow, but probably actually, well, I'm not sure yet. We'll let you know. Thanks everybody for being here. You guys in the chat are the best. We talked for a long time. Sorry about that. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.